Show you vision obtained from the mandatory Tiga onboard camera in Kelly's car. Watch the rapid deceleration shortly after they cross the finish line. There's no contact, but even Greg Murphy is caught by surprise. The attempt by Ambrose to brake test Kelly was brought to the attention of officials, escalating tension between the Stone brothers and Kmart camps.
So you didn't jump on the brakes after the start-finish line, and that's why I went. Is that why I went flying past you, Marcus?
This is my question, mate.
Yeah, I'm just asking you a question as well.
As much as you like.
I'm asking you a question. You didn't jump on the brakes.
I'm not going to answer your question, mate.
Well, don't answer it then. I'm just asking, and if you don't want to answer, that's your problem.
Well, why do you want to talk, mate?
Well, because I flew past you as well, and I was off the throttle. So you tried to slow down for some reason. Haven't got an answer for that.
Any further comment at this stage, Marcus?
Mate, look, Greg, you're allowed to slow down after the finish of a race, I assume.
Oh, right.
You know, like these guys, we're fighting for a championship. It's getting pretty messy. It's very disappointing that they want to play that way.
What's that? Play what way? Is Rick not allowed to follow you? Is that not the idea of car racing? I mean, that's the issue. Why'd you jump on the brakes?
I slowed down after the race. I don't dispute that. I totally refute the allegation that I brake tested Rick. I had words to Rick after the race because I was upset about his sportsmanship during the race. I refute the claims of what I said, and it's simple as that, mate. Simple. I've got nothing else to say. It's an absolute joke the way that Greg carries on. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke the way that Mark Scaife goes in the first corner, and he has no intention of turning the corner. You know, like, I'm fighting for a championship here. I'm trying to do the right thing, and I've got guys that are getting in my way.
Mate, they're not just going to pull over for you and let you win the championship. That's not car racing. You know, you might have won it last year, but everyone's still got to do a job out there, and we've got sponsors on the car. We're allowed to race you. We're not just going to pull over and let you win the thing, all right? I'm sorry, but that's not the way it works. I mean, and Mark doesn't have to pull over and let you past either.
Any other questions?
Get over it.
Ambrose copped a $10,000 fine for careless driving, his first offence of this type in V8s. Despite the severity of the punishment, which was inconsistent with other incidents of this kind across the weekend, Ambrose maintains he's innocent. He won't appeal, preferring to settle the title on track, not in the steward's room. It's failed to stop a wave of condemnation, Murphy maintaining the rage in New Zealand this week.
He's probably not thinking I'm one of his best mates at the moment. I think he's under a lot of pressure, and unfortunately he's probably not handling it too well. He needed to be reminded that he was sort of dribbling a fair bit in respect of verbal diarrhea, and he needed to be put in place. So it's you know, when you do something wrong and then you try and deny it when people know what the truth was, especially in respect of his dangerous driving that he got fined for. You know, we weren't going to put up with him getting away with that, and you know, he certainly has got away with a fair bit over the last couple of years in respect of driving infringements.
Ambrose may be under fire, but Rick Kelly is in the eye of a storm. The hearing over the heated post-race exchange between the two will reconvene at the next round in Tasmania. It's here that Rick will also face the music over that massive accident with Jason Bright. Just a few weeks ago, Kelly was king of the mountain. Now he's under siege from angry fans, calling him the category villain. Bright, lucky not to suffer serious injuries in the heavy impact.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, a little bit of a sore neck, but at the end of the day, I think after an impact that high, you know, to be able to hop out of the car and you know, head back to the pits was pretty good.
You know, it's a thing I'll never forget. Going past or tapping Bridie and hearing the car go into the wall that hard is not a good feeling. It's even the worst of drivers out there and the most aggressive don't like hearing that. No one wants to be a part of such a huge accident, and you know, it's affected me more than anyone could believe. It's been very tough. So when Bridie was as good as he was, and Bridie's team was as good as they were to me, you know, it's helped a lot, because I was very disheartened and disappointed about the whole thing.
And I wasn't about to go tearing anyone's head off, because at the end of the day it was still just a touch that could have happened on any other corner without the same consequences. But it was disappointing that it certainly took us out, hurt our championship. Rick's a good friend of mine, and I'm not about to go holding any grudges.
I think it's definitely very important for me to get on the right side of the people that follow V8s now by gaining a few race wins and very high finishes with driving very cleanly on the track and showing good behaviour. Not that I went out to do anything silly at Indy, but I certainly come off the bad guy, and that's something that I've got to work very hard to turn around.
Ambrose now has a 166-point championship lead, but has never raced a car at Symmons Plains. Murphy suddenly finds himself back in the game, and Bright will have to use PWR's spare Commodore for round 12. Teammates, it seems, will play an integral role in the final outcome, and intimidation is the weapon back in vogue in the fiercest battle between Holden and Ford.